Good day, dear friends. Welcome, one and all, to the Sunday evening version of this thing of ours. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, especially the for whatever it's worth, kind of the crank troll bot mentality who just doesn't understand that there's nothing personal about this Erika Kirk problem. She's just a jadrool and an idiot and not that smart. And she insinuates herself into what's going on for reasons that, frankly, no one understands. But you'll hear people say, why don't you stop picking on the grieving widow? It's like you're using the wrong argument. This is old. This is hackneyed. We will discuss this and your thoughts and comments on tonight's version of this thing of ours. Make sure, by the way, please, you like this video because that's very, very important, because the people who run the show seem to put a lot of emphasis on that. But first, my friends, without further ado, this word from our sponsor. My friends, this is bigger than most people realize. While everyone watches missiles and fighter jets, the real battle is happening in the supply chain. Nearly every advanced U.S. weapon system depends on tungsten. Yet America has barely mined it domestically in years, while China dominates global supply. Washington is now racing to fix that. The Pentagon has committed millions toward restarting domestic tungsten production, and President Donald Trump's Project Vault initiative launched a $12 billion critical mineral strategy to secure American supply chains. That's where Vault Strategic Mining comes in. Trading as KNOX in Canada and KNXFF in the U.S., Vault is building a strategic tungsten portfolio anchored by historic Nevada projects tied to past U.S. defense production. With tungsten prices climbing and global tensions rising, this is no longer just mining, it is national security. Check out the link below to learn more, and special thanks to Vault Strategic Mining for sponsoring today's video. My friends, let us begin. And let me also say a hearty hello and a welcome and a hi-yo silver to our new members, people who are from around the world. We had some great folks this morning from the UK and England and it was wonderful. And I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to because I should have realized this. There's a lot of folks from our European countries who say, you know what, because of the time zone, I can't make 8 o'clock or whatever. Let's do it in the morning. So we shall. I think we did 11:30 today and it worked out great. Loads of new people. And by the way, if you are new, look at this. Sharon from London. Wonderful. We're getting more. This is wonderful. We love this. I cannot tell you how exciting that is to hear people and to have people from, as we speak from, it just, I never get over it. I never get over the fact that as we speak, no other show has this. We always have to assume that we're being heard, but you're telling us, and we always want you. Oh, look at this, another one. Stephen Salty says, hi, Lando from jolly old England. Bless your heart. That's one place Mrs. L and I would love to travel. Seriously. And I want to go and I want to hear, maybe you can advise, I want to get a real insider's take. I don't want to do the London Bridge and all that, whatever the hell it is. I don't care about that. That's boring. I want to know what real Londoners think, real Britons think. And I want them to tell me, what do you think about America? It's okay. It's okay. I'm serious. I would love to do a show. I'd love to know what people think, what people really, really honestly feel. And most of the time, when you meet people, you love them. It doesn't matter where. There is not one person on any, how do I say this? There is not one person in any country, any part of the world, who is by nature bad or weird or evil. That's learned. Oh, there are evil people in every jurisdiction there is, but No. And you can always tell about people by their food. Everybody has family, mothers and fathers and children and grandchildren and sisters and siblings. Everybody's like that. Everybody. The best part about it is that we are so profoundly ordinary and similar. And that's why they always want to keep us apart. They always want to keep us apart. It's really something. I mean, when you look at it, you scratch the surface, we may look different, but we're all the same. Absolutely identical. Just identical. So anyway, so please welcome. And today, by the way, we've been having more, bots and trolls. We had a very nice chat, a fellow this morning who was actually giving us super chats and trying to insult us. And it's like, no, you don't understand this. Especially when people come along and they don't really understand, they don't grasp the notion of what this Erika Kirk is. They don't understand it. Where you're saying, do you see this? It's not working. It's not working. Sometimes they're it's so, have you ever felt, I felt like this most of my life, I think you have too, perhaps, but I always felt like I was in on the inside, that I was in on the joke, and I knew what was going on, and I always knew it. And I just knew who was legit, who wasn't, who's phony, who's fake, who's lying, who's, you know what I mean? I've always felt like that. Look at this. You says, how do you do, Lionel? Your show is better than is it the BBC? Well, I would hope so. But thank you, Yus. What's wonderful. I think it is so great that, put it this way, if you watch what I do, you will invariably come up to one conclusion. Either I like this guy, me, or I don't. It has nothing to do with the facts of the case, how much knowledge they have. There's a lot of people with a lot of knowledge, but sometimes you just don't like people. Isn't that weird? You just don't care for people. Little kids do this too. Little kids and dogs. Dogs can see right through you. Little kids will look at you like that. And when they laugh, they're just, they see something. You emanate something. You give something. And the thing that I promise you when I tell you this is it. Do you know the number of people I've met in my life? I've worked with either professionally, either on TV or radio or whatever it is. Oh, they're so weird. You think they're one way in real life, but they're not. Stephen Salty says the grieving widow card has been revoked. No. See, here's the best part. She never said that. They said it for her. She doesn't. She is so clueless. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's just doing the tears because she thinks, is that the way to do it? Is that the way to do it? This woman is so devoid of any kind. She's just dumb. I'm sorry. I know that sounds. She's dumb. She never let anybody ever. How do I say this? She never let anybody really feel for her the way that she kind of should have felt. Remember this picture? Oh, that's not the one. It's the wrong picture. I still love this. Brigitte Macron, this is terrible. That's so terrible. This is Senor Wences. Hello, Johnny. One of the dumbest acts. Do you remember this guy? He's like this. That's his act. One time I was coming out of the garden. We used to, in the old days when I was at WABC years ago, we were in Tupan Plaza, which is the garden, Madison Square Garden. It's where we worked. So one day we were leaving. I forget who it was, Kiss or somebody. And they had tractor trailers full of the lights. And, oh my God. It was like, and Senor Wences was a guy who took his hand and he wrote a little face and put a wig and he goes, "Hello, Johnny. Hello, Johnny." And when he was in the hotel late at night and nobody was looking, he put that little wig on. "Hello, Johnny." Anyway, I'm sorry. It's disgusting because I'm disgusting. But there is this thing that I was trying to tell you that I've met people before. And I promise you, whatever you see now, this is the way I am. This is it. So if you like it, don't like it, whatever it is, this is it. No kidding around. No kidding around. No kidding. Cousin Bruce, he was at WABC, absolutely, years ago. But now he works at, he's at WABC now on the weekends. And one of the original rock and roll, there's a picture of him talking to the Beatles. And, this is something else. In any event, so when this Erika came along, people knew immediately. People said, "Oh, she's full of shit. Oh, that's full of," and you know who it was? Women. I'm going to say this, and I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, and I hope nobody is offended by what I'm telling you. Women are so able to cut through bullshit better than men are. I've been through this before. I'm not going to go through my reasons for this, but women, first of all, if let me tell you something. Please don't take this the wrong way. I don't mean any harm by it, but women don't necessarily like women. So when women do like somebody, that means something. Women love Candace, love her. Not everybody. People who are jealous don't. People who don't understand what Candace is about. But Candace's fans, they love her, love her. There used to be. You may not remember this, but remember, honey, they loved Oprah. When Oprah first came around, they loved her. People just thought she was great. And then Wendy Williams to an extent. And I'm picking black women, but that's by happens. I'm trying to think of people that are loved, really loved. You feel safe and trusted. Who else were some other women believe it or not, crazy as it sounds, Martha Stewart. When Martha Stewart was really Katie Couric, people liked. They saw a kind of Joan London. Do you remember that? Remember Good Morning America? There was something. You know who doesn't have it? Kelly Ripa. Phony. Comes right through. Phony. And I used to talk to Regis. Regis Philbin was a great guy. Loved him. Oh God, I'd love to have lunch with him and talk and yak it up. And he was basically kind of not so much given the boot, but I think Regis was the biggest thing when Kathy Lee, remember Kathy Lee Gifford and Regis, the biggest, they loved him. Oh, I think Joan Rivers. People love Joan Rivers. She got a little salty towards the end. All I'm saying is people will say, here's the act, but then we love you. Men, I don't know about that. I don't know about them. So what I'm trying to tell you is that people felt this immediate connection with Candace. I don't know why. I can come up with all kinds of reasons that don't really have anything to do with reality, but I can point them out. You know what I'm saying? Ina Garten, you like her? Remember Ina Garten? Remember that Make-A-Wish thing? That didn't work well. That didn't. I think that's in the past now. But that was so. And she goes, what was it? My gay friend Jeffrey, or whatever the hell the story. I think, didn't she and the old man split? There were these. But Martha Stewart, remember Martha Stewart, she's a real tight ass now. But when she first started, oh dear God, people went nuts. She'd make a bread, a stone fence, unclog a sewer pipe, and she was phenomenal. Stephen Zalty says, as always, a big thank you to the beautiful Lynn. Yes, we did a wonderful, thank you, sir. He's from the UK too, bless his heart. We did a piece today. She's going to be back in Washington. She works so hard to protect kids. So hard. So hard. So anyway, so the thing now that's going to happen, going back to Erika, is I don't even know what she's going to do. Pilgrim Media says, Senior Wences, sorry. Absolutely. One of the greatest. Who was the woman with lamb chops? Sherry Lewis. Kathy lost her voice for a while and had lung cancer, and though she doesn't smoke or drink. Who is this? Kathy Griffin? Is that it? I didn't know that. Now, by the way, I may not like people. I never want anybody to get sick. And one thing about lung cancer, as you know, rarely remains in situ. If it's contained, it's not really cancer. It has to be metastatic. It has to go out. And he creates this thing through angiogenesis, the creation of new blood vessels. It has to move. Like Gino Vanelli, people got to move. And lung, liver, bones, lymph, it spreads. So sometimes people will contract lung cancer. Andy Kaufman had lung cancer. He never smoked. There's one of those things where you do not know what the hell causes. What about brain cancer? Gliomas, glioblastomas, acoustic neuromas. But the glioblastoma, one of the most, this is it. I mean, this is one of those, this is, let me ask you a question. Show of hands, true or false? There are absolutely 100%, even though nobody's going to admit it, known cancers that could be curable, but they're not, because the industry would lose too much money if it were to cure cancer. Do you ever believe do you think an industry is going to find a cure for something that brings it billions and trillions of dollars? Anybody? Understand this? You understand this? And please, by the way, do not ever try to come up with reasons for cancer. Well, it's sugar. Well, it's lethargy. No. Good luck. I've talked to so many people about this. I've got friends of mine who are in college and saying, nope, they can't figure it out. Sometimes you can figure it out. Sometimes there are, of course, environmental aspects of it, but smoking too, but no. Brain cancer, leukemias, no. Testicular cancer, thyroid. Remember, Farrah Fawcett had anal cancer. Anal, that's the second one I heard. Anal, not colorectal, anal. I think I've said anal enough. But so what is that about? I don't know. Make sure you get your colons cleaned out and checked, my friends. Pilgrim Media, bless his heart, says, when the carcinoma gets into the lymph, it's over. Well, yeah, but it depends. You're right. And we don't. Yes. I'm not expert enough to say when it's over and when it's not over. I don't know. But there's so many people walking around today who were told it's over and they're still around. Pancreatic cancer is not necessarily the kiss of death. Had Steve Jobs gone to conventional medical treatment, he would be around today. But he did all this stuff about, fruit juices. Remember the joke? It's just terrible. The guy goes to a hospital and he says, listen, you can't talk. He goes, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to feed you through an enema. He goes, He goes, you feed through an enema. Just write down what you want, and then we'll put them into the enema tube and just communicate that way. So the guy writes, coffee. He says, coffee? Mm-hmm. Please. Okay. They get the tube and they get a pot of hot coffee and they pour it in. And all of a sudden the guy goes, and he's screaming. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. What? He says, he goes, too hot? He says, no. And he writes, too sweet. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Pilgrim Media says, of course, 14 years ago, I had localized stage 4 carcinoma. When? Yes, sir. Localized. I like that. Beautiful. See, you never hear about that. Remember, Ruth Bader Ginsburg had pancreatic cancer. And she lived for a longer time than usual. I don't know anything about this. So I can't speak as to who wins what or whatever it was. All I do know is there was a time in this country when babies, there was no such thing as juvenile cancer, when oncology wards never had a pediatric division. I don't know anything about that. But we're also living longer than ever. So you figure, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? What are you going to do? I don't like talking health because people will make up stuff and I just stay away from it. I stay away from that. I stay away from diet. I just stay away from it because who knows? Who knows? Who knows what evil lurks in the heart of men? So anyway, back to our friends. When do you think Erika gets the hook? When did they say, all right, that's it? And will it be announced? Or will you just say, hey, where did she go? I think it's the latter. I don't think she's going to announce anything. I think she might, maybe something quiet as far as I'm going to sit down and get off of the board. But I think she's going to go quietly to that good night. RFK Jr. fired all the people in charge of cancer screening, all of them. I don't know what to tell you. I wish I could tell you I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I just don't. He's a weird duck. He's a weird dude. And sometimes I think he gets, there's a wonderful balance, my friend, between that which is conventional and that which is different, kind of holistic. That has to do with, I think that attitude, prayer, diet, music, mental health, stress, all these things are important, but not necessarily won't save you because there are people who have all these terrible things. See, whenever you try to correlate something, you'll always find somebody. For example, serial killers, one of my favorite subjects ever. Serial killers, 3 big attributes, 3 big similarities. Number 1, teasing small animals, bedwetting, enuresis, and arson. However, there are people who are bedwetters and arsonists and they tease and torture animals and they're not serial killers. So what do you do? Correlation versus cause. My friend, is there a correlation between marijuana use and heroin addiction? Yes. Yes. How strong is the correlation? Is there a cause? Oh, causal. No. Correlation? Yes. There is a correlation between the freckles on your arse and your predisposition for gastritis. There is a connection between everything. The coefficient may be so de minimis, it's for all practical purposes negligible. So, there's all these people. If you wait long enough, the lying that's done, oh my God. I used to do this thing all the time where, well, I shouldn't know all the time. I used to do on the weekends, on weekend radio, maybe you don't know this. On weekend radio, it used to be barter and trade. And barter and trade was a lot of people would go on radio station. They'd say, it was just throwaway. I want to buy an hour of your time. And I'll say, okay, we'll sell you an hour. And they would be like, they sell colon blow. And they would sell real estate or, plastic surgery or doctors or whatever it is. And there was one time when I would get done on Saturdays, I would leave. I would go to I would walk out of the studio, and I always heard this one guy say, John Wayne, after he died, they discovered like some inordinate amount, 40 pounds of undigested blech in his lower colon, lower GI. 40 pounds. And it kept growing, 40, 50 pounds of undigested, rock hard. It's a Bezoar. Here's a good word, Bezoar. Look it up. It's either like a hairball or it's something that has to do with, anyway. So it was this thing. And every time I saw John Wayne from that time, I always thought to myself, this guy's got 40 pounds of undigested in his colon. I don't know what it is. Some mucilage. And never found out exactly what it was. R.G. Godot says, the direction we're going in is frightening. Look into the American Recovery Association and American Recovery Party. Some people interested saw this coming and are trying to do something about it. I will do this. The American Recovery Party. I will do that. It's very interesting. Anyway, remember going back to people who died. American Recovery Party. Let me see this party. What is the American Recovery Party? I don't see a party. I see a react. I will look into this. I thank you for this. By the way, you know who also did this? By the way, as you know, dear friends, Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, because he had all those analgesics. He had complete and total peristaltic collapse. He had constipation, the likes of which, I'm sorry to bring this up, but the likes of which, horrible. You know what that's like? Can you imagine being constipated for like 50 years? Oh my God. I did this thing one time. I said, have you noticed this? I said, whenever you saw people, why did Hitler say, oh, that kind of thing? Why? Why is he doing that? Why? Mussolini too. Remember the Mussolini? But the two people who were like the most calm, one was the Ayatollah Khomeini. Remember that? Did he ever speak? The Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. They used to wave like that. Saddam Hussein did that too. But it was weird, not like this, but I don't know. He did it also. Remember Pope John Paul II? They said he speaks 30 languages. No, he reads them poorly. This is our people. Okay. What's he say? I don't know. I forgot what he started off with these. I don't know what these. You forget where he started. You're not even sure. Our what? What was that? I don't remember what you said. These. Back to the these again. These. He was like this. And I had a theory. I said the reason why Hitler and Mussolini like this was that they were constipated. The reason why the Ayatollah and the Pope were like this because they were regular. Because when you want to go, hey. But if you're constipated, if your bowels have turned to rock, to concretized Bezoars, you look like that. I said that one time. I thought it was funny. People took offense because I was saying something about Hitler. I said, I'm saying he's constipated. Also, as you know, Hitler was a vegetarian and was known for rancid, fetid flatulence. Did you know this? Remember, they also said he had one testicle. One testicle. One testicle. I don't know if that's even true. One time we found out that in my high school class, a number of us had, a number of them, it was like 4 had testicular cancer. And somebody had either their testicle removed. And we were sitting around and said, yeah, did you hear about so-and-so? Yeah, he had the surgery and lost a testicle. So somebody in the group said, wow, what ball. It's not funny. By the way, men, listen to me carefully. Testicular cancer is absolutely preventable and treatable, provided you are aware of your testes. Women are very good. Women, from the time they're born, say, touch it, grab it, feel it, grab it, Self-examination. Women bend, squat over mirrors, and look at this. I'm not talking my body. Ah! Remember one time there's a book called Our Body, Ourselves. Remember that, honey? The book called Our Body, Ourselves. I was a young man, and I said, oh, what is this about? Because I liked medicine, and there was one about, put it this way, it looked like the front row of a Willie Nelson concert, and it was not good. This woman was positioning herself over a mirror, and I didn't know. I was young. I didn't know. I can't tell you that remember when they would show you, remember years ago when they would show, sometimes they would show pictures of the genitals, male and female. Well, male's pretty easy, but women is like, what's this? Well, that's called a vulva. I used to drive a vulva. No, that's a Volvo. This is a vulva. You mean a vagina? No, a vulva. Vulva is the pudendum, the pudenda, and everything was kind of like a flower with lines. And this is like, you never see this in real life. It's like, what is this thing? What is this? I thought there were lines. I didn't know. I was a kid. Oh, that's what that is. I know what that is. That's a women's thing there. Notice the lines. The prepuce. Okay, I got it. And then this is a different story. You've got some woman who looks like Andrea Dworkin squatting over a mirror. I'm thinking, what the hell is that? That's a remora. What is that? Is that it? Oh, no. That made a lot of people say, I think I'll hold off on this for a while. It's not. What is that picture I saw? What was that picture I saw? With the lines and the whole bit. It seemed rather, organized. This looks like something that you would find on an underwater excursion. Pilgrim said, thank you for sharing, Senor L. Well, thank you. I remember years ago, they had these wonderful things. We had this book. And my, I don't know where, my parents had this book. And they said, they said, girls have periods and boys have nocturnal emissions. I'm thinking, what the hell is this? Now, I remember reading this for the first time. I said, what is that? This doesn't sound good. It sounds like something on your car. Like, don't they have those like a catalytic converter, a nocturnal emission? Do you have a nocturnal emission? We better get that checked. Is it up to date? I don't know. What is a nocturnal emission? I don't know. Doesn't it sound like farting at night? Seriously, if you didn't know what that was, doesn't it sound like it's emitted at night? Okay. Wow. Alrighty. What? You'll see. What is this? And then compared to women's version of is the period, menses, menarche. At night? No. 3 days, 4 days, 5, whatever it is, with a lot of warning signs. Doesn't seem fair, doesn't it? Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that we have this thing at night, right? And it says, that's it. And it's not exactly, painful. And, you wake up in your shorts or like concrete, but that's okay. I'll do the wash, Mom. Nah, it's okay. I'll do it. Nah, you work too hard. Nah, that's okay. It's okay. And I thought, this doesn't seem fair. This is our pain. They don't even talk about that anymore. They don't even talk about that. I think about wet dreams, but this was the book I read. And I thought to myself, this is not fair. This is not fair. Who came up with this? God says, women, you will go in pain. You will bear your children in pain. You will pain the curse of pain and even the pain and the pain, and you'll go through pain. Oh my God. Men, you'll have a brief little sometime in the middle of the night, maybe 2-3 times if you're like, and that's about it. And that doesn't seem fair to me. Let me tell you something, my friend. Look at this. I'm dying here. I want to say this to you, and I say this with all due respect. Whoever made women hated you. Absolutely hated you. Because all of a sudden you're like this and you're saying, okay, there's this beautiful little baby. And how old are you? Well, she's a girl. She's a boy. Then all of a sudden they said, here we go. Now. And then all of a sudden this thing starts. And things start changing. Really changing. And I mean catastrophic changing. Wow. Hormonal, life changing. Don't ever see the movie Carrie. That's all I want to tell you. Stephen Salty says, mirror on ceiling, so spready handstands. I don't know what you're getting at, Steve, but it's disgusting and very entertaining. And I thank you for that. But whoever told you this, all of a sudden, these poor girls, they got to go through this stuff. Oh my God. Everything. I mean, just terrible. How about this? Like training bras? We don't have like training shorts. There's no training. There's no nothing. Like, we got our big nocturnal emission. Of course, we go through this, this testosterone, which makes us crazy. But that's about it. But women, for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. And you go through this and you got it. And then even when nature says, okay, thank you, then you go through menopausal and perimenopause. And I don't know, that seems like that's even worse. And then one day, you're done. You're finished. It's like, what the hell was that all about? Was that really necessary? What did you do to deserve this? If men had periods, listen to what I'm saying. Businesses will be closed all over the world at any given time. The stock market be closed. Why? Well, my period. What are you talking about? We check into the hospital. You don't expect me to go to work, do you? Yeah. What? And women on TV, they're on horseback and they're swimming and they're hiking, and I don't get it. It's very, very unfair. But with that came an intuition towards bullshit. And you saw that, Erika. I'll tell you when it happened for you is when it happened for me. Notice how I went full circle. Do you see what I did? I'm a master at this. When she lay atop the casket of Charlie, that was it. That's a mortal sin. That's a mortal sin. And then when she did that terrible thing 5-6 days later, hey guys, remember that was so, I realized, that's it, wrote her off. That's it. I got it. And you knew exactly. Women knew exactly. The casket scene was, and I told you the other day, the only way this will ever be resolved is if we have a meeting somehow where there's a meeting in which Candace has a debate, 90 minutes in the octagon, no holds barred, time limit, 90 minutes, no referee, no nothing. You can't leave. You can't leave. And if you pull out one hanky, I'm going to have it checked to make sure there's no mentholatum or camphor or anything to make the eyes lacrimate. How many of you believed the first time you saw that, the tear thing? How long did it take you before you said, this is bullshit? For me, very, very simple. Well, she never blew her nose. She never had a, normally when people are, I'm sorry, when you're really crying, it is mucosal and snot. I mean, it is a very emotional thing. Not her. She goes like this, da, 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 and that's it. Looks up. Does the whisper? Does the pierce? Stop. She thought that's pretty good, huh? Not at all. Nobody bought that for a moment. Remember what her fans must have, our fans, the TPUSAs. What is she doing? Yeah. Is she doing what? Don't look. Is she doing the Kleenex thing? Oh, shit. She's doing the Kleenex thing. Is she still doing the dab, little dab here, dab? Oh, God. She thinks she's so good at that. She absolutely thinks you can, they have these phony balonies. There are these people out there, and they do this thing where they say, well, I'm an expert I'm an expert in body language. And I think it's the biggest crock out. And yet, when she comes along and she does this stuff as well, I don't need body language to realize this isn't real. Where's her Charlie's parents? Look at this. This is the most important thing. This is the greatest one. Esoterica writes, yes, you're killing it today. I'm losing it. That's the great. This is like doing stand-up, and instead of hearing the laugh, you just hear notes. Stop it. I'm dying. I can't catch my breath. You're killing me. I love that. Or an emoji, or my favorite, bwahaha. Not ha-ha, but bwahaha. There are different ways you have to instill the note of paroxysmal cachinnations and guffaws and just these chortles, and then they look at us and go, you're a heartless bastard. So, what do you mean heartless? Can't you see this is bullshit? Can't you see this? She's a widow. I was like, are you still doing this? Uh-oh. Pictures. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Mrs. L and I, we just laugh. We just laugh. There's a lot to laugh about. It was 80 something degrees today. It was 80, 85. And I bought a brand new not stainless, what am I saying? A cast iron skillet. There is nothing like that. And I want you to go and look at how many instructions there are on how to season it. I'm changing the subject for no particular reason because I just saw this today. I want to share this with you. There's 8 million videos on how to season it for the first time. All different. Something as simple as this, they keep putting out. Haven't you done this enough? But they're all different. They're all telling you the same thing over and over again. So anyway, so that was my big thing today. I turned on the oven and so you think you've got an exciting, Mrs. L and I, we were going crazy. We were seasoning the frying pan. Huh? Kids today can't handle that. This is a level of excitement you can't imagine. This is off the charts. Crazy. I'm a lunatic. I'm a maniac. You understand what I'm saying? I'm crazy. So anyway, so that's it. Look at this. I use large skillets. What is a large skillet per se? Hang on, where is it? Why is Lynn's Warriors up there? This has been up there the whole time. Honey, I left your thing up there. That's okay. I just want to wait a minute. Well, that's okay. Please follow her. I just noticed this. What is a large skillet? Let me change this one here. I think cooking is the greatest thing in the world. And I will say one thing. Do you remember there was a time when we had this thing called home ec? You don't need home ec. You can watch anything on TV and learn how to make anything you want. My favorite thing was if I watch, have you ever seen Marco Pierre White? He goes, take this of the aubergine.
It's beautiful.
What? Take the what?
The aubergine and the doucerette.
What's that? What's an aubergine? Huh? It's eggplant. Why don't you say it? It ends on. And have you seen Marco Pierre?
Is it this? I take this ball. It's beautiful.
I don't know what you're saying. You're mumbling. What are you doing? What? He wears, have you ever seen Marco Pierre? He wears a diaper on his head? Like a diaper. And I'm supposed to take this man seriously? And he says,
have you ever had butter chips?
What? Did you say butter chips? French fries and butter. I'm thinking, this is the greatest. This guy he gave his Michelin stars back. And now he's making this crap. Have you ever had like toothpick sandwiches? What is this? What is going on here? Gordon Ramsay? Or is your favorite Ina Garden? You like that one? Half of the time, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I want to do, anyway, but I always, I love this. And the good news is people today, young people especially, can learn how to make anything. The problem, look at this. I'm making an AI dinner tonight from Gem. This is so sad. She's making an AI dinner. Good luck. Let us know how you do. Buttered sausages. The last thing I'm going to put on sausage is butter. Michelin stars are stupid. A little bit. Yeah. Yes, clean the pan with your paper towel. Yeah, I understand that. I understand this. I got it. So ha. Bless her heart. You can also do, there's some wonderful things. In where we live, New Jersey has the greatest produce. And there's two things they have: tomatoes and corn. Their corn, and I make corn in the microwave, and it is so simple. And you got to get the husk on it, the whole thing. Get it. And you go there, and they're always tearing the thing apart. Like, what are you doing? You take the whole thing, throw it in, the husk, the whole bit. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. You know how it has the branch in and it tapers? The part that's connected to the stalk? Cut that part off, a little bit in, and squeeze it. Comes right out. No soak, no nothing. It's perfect. Oh, my God. How much corn did I eat? I get the corn. I swear to God, I go berserk over that. And tomatoes, the lycopene, I'm like turning orange. Love it. Love it. There are so many things you can do. It's great to cook. And I want everybody, and by the way, everybody should know how to cook. Don't you agree? Ladies, don't you love to cook? Not that you have to, but don't you love to? Long Island corn and tomatoes are better. I hate to tell you. It's the same volcanic everything. It's the same. New York has that black dirt, onions, and all this stuff. It's the same. Absolutely the same. Cooking is one of the greatest things in the world. It is chemistry. It is fun. It is fulfilling. It is everything tastes better at home. Nothing processed. You don't put any crap in it. It's the best. I don't care if you make a sandwich. You can always jazz something up. And everybody needs to do it. That's why kids have to be told how to cook. It's fun. And it is, I swear to you, it is certain things, let's face it, pizza, unless you have an oven, you need a pizza. I understand it. But for the most part, spaghetti and that kind of stuff, it takes a real baking. I'm not a baker. That's precision. That's precise measurement, not this much and a little bit. No, you really need to know what you're doing. But it is one of the most wonderful things to make something. And when you make it yourself, and also there's foods I love that the next day, chilies and stews and soups, days after, wonderful. They get better and better and better. I think it's one of the most wonderful things in the world. I think young people in particular should do, especially if you're on a budget. You can live let me tell you something. If you like spaghetti sauce, the stuff that we have here, you know, Mike's from, was it Michael's from Brooklyn or Mike's from Brooklyn? Car, car, Carbone Victoria's, which is really Rayo's, but Victoria's, the greatest in the world. Victoria's out of Brooklyn. There's nothing in it. It's just tomatoes, garlic. That's it. A big thing like that, and some pasta can last forever. You can. I mean, if you can live on, you can eat like a king on nothing. A puppy says, cooking for someone is a show of love, including for yourself. Yes, absolutely. And I like when people do certain things, and when Mrs. L she does a vegetarian lasagna that's like unbelievable. And every year she loves your cranberries. These are the tartest things. I mean, you will get a funja face. You'll get one of those. You look like you had a minor stroke when you get done. They say, this is good. It's like, wow. But blueberries, strawberries, fruit, compotes. Oh, God. Grilling, smoking, barbecue, baking, braising, broth, soups, consommes, and also the pots you can buy, air fryers, incredible. You don't even need stoves. Convection devices, those one pot things. This is the greatest stuff in the world. The greatest equipment in the world. Make sure you invest in great knives. Just get a couple, nothing special. Get a great all duty. Spend some money and you'll be terrific. And just find out. Don't waste a lot of time on cutesy stuff. And really, I'm telling you, just pay attention. It's so wonderful. And also, one of the things, this sounds really crazy. Not crazy. Well, it's not crazy. My mother, who was a great cook, always said, write down what you're going to make and get the order right. Get the order. Like, what are you throwing in? Thicker stuff you throw in for, you know the routine. You don't have to tell you this stuff. But anyway, if you ever have a party, and I love this. And by the way, I may not eat it now, but I love it. Italian sausages, get it right out of the casing, right out. The greatest stuff ever, crescent rolls, a thing like that where they open up, the Pillsbury crescent rolls, or whoever made them, are just incredible. There was an article years ago in the New York Times that said there are certain things that the best chefs in the world cannot replicate. Ketchup. There's no reason you can't make ketchup. Just Heinz is the best, whatever you like. You can't get around that. It's the best. Certain things, certain flavors, or anyway. But listen to what I'm saying as I eructate. Tear a little bit of that off. You got a party. Tear a little bit of that crescent roll. Take a little bit of Italian sausage. Roll it and make a ball. That's it. You want the ball like that? It's up to you. It's smaller. Put them on a cookie sheet. Maybe on one of those, those oil, kind of a plastic, whatever that stuff is that prevents the sticking. Put them out, throw them in, and just watch them. Maybe give them a nice shake. When they turn golden brown, you pull those babies out, and your friends will love it. It's nothing. It's nothing. Crescent rolls and Italian sausage. That's it. They will say, you can't. And one time as a degenerate, I hate liking it. I ate so much. It was disgusting. They're wonderful. What is the food that you could eat to the point where you throw up? You can't take it. You go berserk. What is the stuff? that you can't not stop eating. You will go crazy, nuts. You can't stop. What is it? Is it a candy? Is it a thing? Is it a what? White Castle. Oh, Paulie cigars. Paulie cigars. This man, Paulie cigar. Honey's our friend, Paulie DeSilvio from Arthur Avenue, White Castle. Paulie, by the way, make sure if you're in Arthur Avenue, I'm telling you, you got to see him there. You can't miss him. You walk in the Bronx. This is the real Little Italy. He's got a cigar. He makes cigars at a party, and he has these poor men chained. They're chained, and he slips something in their drink, and they're like that. I don't know where they're from, but they make cigars all day. I'm kidding, of course. He doesn't chain them. But as far as what's in their drink, I don't know. White Castle, Paulie, middle of the night, coming home, you gotta have half a load on. Sorry. You got that bag next to you. You reach inside, you're driving home, and you feel the cardboard, you pull that thing out, you pull that slider in your mouth. Fantastic. And if you open it up, there's this kind of, I don't know what this is, this weird kind of beaver meat or something with holes in it, because I don't want you to get too greedy. And the holes are to make it so that they won't curl up. And then they have these weird onions. They're not onion. They're onions, but not from this planet. They're like AI onions. Technically, I don't know what they are, but they're great. And a pickle on this little bun in your mouth. And the worst part, am I right, Paulie? The worst is you stick your hand in there and you think, oh no, wait. Cardboard. No. They're gone. You just ate 30 of them or 20. They're just gone. And the next day, am I right? Am I right, Paulie? The next day, not pretty. Paulie, dehydrated fake onions, but there's something. Look at the steak. Somebody wrote alcohol. Moni Sunshine says, my homemade hamburger soup, Granny's recipe. I can eat the whole pot every meal till it's gone. That's beautiful. Something happens, I think, in your, like a chemistry, something happens where you need that stuff. I could eat, believe it or not, I'm a carnivore. I could eat 12 pounds of meat, and I don't, for reasons I think I don't want to get into, but I think for health reasons, it's better off. But it kills me. I watch I guess it was Franklin Barbecue years ago, was a place in Austin. Those ribs, those beef ribs, the big ones. I watched that. Like, that's the thing that I could never say. I could eat nothing but meat. Nothing else. No bread, no this, no but meat. I was meant to, and I said, I don't do that anymore. But I tell you what, this is, especially when you look at your blood chemistry, you go, oh my God. Now I've got the blood chemistry of an infant. But anyway, that's what I love. Krispy Kreme donuts in Florida, where I'm from. There would be this place that would have a red light. The red light would be this. My father could see this. They had this like a cop siren. He would pull over and make like a bat turn, like a damn fool. And we would go in there, and you would take these glazed donuts out of the conveyor belt, hot. You open it, you grab the box, and it's hot. You open it up. You can take a Krispy Kreme donut, squeeze it into like a little this, pop it in your mouth. You can go. I swear to you, can go through a dozen donuts like that. You can just. It's air and fat and lard. Cuban bread, honey. Cuban bread in Tampa. We ate a loaf of it. It's like about a yard long, maybe 3 feet. Excuse me. And it is and we went to this place called Faedos on Florida Avenue, and they make it with lard. you will dip it in things that don't, sawdust, crayon shavings, you'll clean under the bed, anything. It just says, take me. It's in this long, it's like a baseball bat, of the kind of long. Oh my God. There was a place where you would have Cuban bread and butter on café con leche, like coffee and milk, and you dip it in the morning. And these guys would sit around and just, oh my God. Oh, she's I didn't know my wife was like a Cuban. She likes caldo gallego and picadillo and all that kind of stuff. Cuban food is tremendous. Tremendous. Now I'm hungry. There you go. There you go. Everybody's hungry now. Is Lionel waiting for dinner? No, we already ate. Gracie Loves George says, bless you. No, bless you. Oh, I'm sorry. I sneezed. I forgot. I'm thinking, oh, she's blessing me. Pasta fagioli, pasta fagioli, yes. We went to a place in, Paulie knows this. Have you ever had cacio e pepe? This is like pasta with just, it's like aglio e olio, or as we would call it, pasta con l'olio. But this is pasta with whatever cheese you like, pecorino and pepper. That's it. Oh my God. It's just like, how about this one? Paulie knows about this. There's a place called Madonia Bakery, olive bread. Olive bread. Oh, look at this. Paulie says, the best. I can eat garlic and oil every day. There's nothing, the smell of it. But how about this? Olive bread is, I'm telling you, olive bread is, it doesn't sound like, but you go, what's the big deal? I don't know what it is. I don't understand it. There's certain things. I call it the macaroni and cheese. Let me tell you something. Tell me that when you were a kid, because remember, what a kid likes, there's something good. Show me a kid who doesn't like brownies from a mix out of the oven. And if somebody throws in the good, vanilla ice cream is something that is, again, this is from memory now. Vanilla ice cream is something that's, it sounds bland, but it's not. And the Breyers had that kind of like those little flecks of vanilla on, what are the brands, like Duncan Hines or whatever, these brownies, the stuff that your mother made, Betty Crocker, hot with ice cream. That's it. You're like, you'll go through paroxysm. There's nobody cannot like that. I used to love as a kid. I used to love Reese's peanut butter cups frozen. And I'm not a candy person. I'm not a big, but that is unbelievable. Who doesn't like, oh, look at this. Livia says, Southern cooking. Let me tell you something. There was a place years ago. I didn't know it was called soul food, but fried chicken, collard greens, black-eyed peas, all the peas. I told you there was this friend in the family. Her name was Granny. Somebody's grandma. And she said, you like peas? I said, what? You like peas? She always like she was out of breath. I said, do I have to pee? No, do you like peas? Peas? Yeah, I'm thinking LeSueur, green giant. How about that in the bag? Oh, green. Those were great. There was always Thanksgiving. There's something magical. Anyway, I said, peas, yes. What do you mean peas? Black-eyed peas, zipper peas, conch peas, sugar crowder, hoppin' john, field peas, well peas, golden peas, zipper peas. I go, what the hell? And each of them are different. Each of them are different. And what is it? Peasant food. So You meet that you take Cuban food. We'll put it this way. Have you regular fried chicken? Have you tried Korean fried chicken? And have you seen the fried chicken they do in Japan where they skewer these things? Also, the greatest go-to food for beans is Goya. The Goya, oh, those are wonderful people, by the way. They support Wonder Girls. We went to the Goya factory in, oh, Lynn's Warriors. Yes, Goya. But they're wonderful, but the food. Let me tell you something. When you have palomilla empanizado, arroz amarillo, or arroz frijole negro, or yuca, or plátano. I like the Puerto Rican style. The tostones are better. Cuban bread with breaded palomilla. Oh, rabo, oxtails. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I'm waiting. I'm watching from Iceland. Love your show. Iceland. See, I don't know the first thing about Iceland. Isn't that something? Rap and Peace song, Bubblegum Shrimp. France. Look at this, everybody. This is incredible. See, I would love rabbit stew. Oh, conejo. Love rabbit. Loved it. Goya is my favorite brand. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. You need to divide this live into 2 separate posts. We started off with Erika, and I figured, I don't want to talk about that anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And let me tell you something. The best of the best of the best. The best of the best of the best. Growing up in Florida, not Florida, Florida, we had the best barbecue. And we only wanted black folks. And if we could get the barbecue either in the projects, or if you go to Bexley's or this guy Moses White, we went to the Blue Flame. We would drive into the quote projects. People would go anywhere, find the greatest, because they knew how to cook this. I'm sorry. People say that's racist. Bullshit. It's the opposite. I want this. What do you mean it's racist? I want this. Did you ever go to a Chinese restaurant? There's no Chinese people there? Not good. One time there was a group of it was a black church, an AME church. They were trying to raise money. So they opened up, they did barbecue. And they had Brunswick stew and cobbler and all the older ladies. They said, the hell with the church. They went into the business. It was, you get a piece of bread, white bread with the ribs, sauce always on the side. And that was it. Absolutely. Eat in your car, on the hood of your car. We called them the projects. Nobody cared. It didn't matter at all. It was just absolute Southern at its best. Then one time around Dade City, around San Antonio, Florida, where Darby, where the Bellamy brothers lived, they had a rattlesnake roundup. I don't think they do that anymore. But I said, how many rattlesnakes could they possibly have? More than you can imagine. Rattlesnake fritters, rattlesnake this, rattlesnake, gator, abalone, grouper cheeks, just Cuban food, Cuban sandwich, croqueta de jaiba, devil crabs, paparina, stuffed potato. Oh! Tamal with the silk, the corn silk and the cornmeal. This is incredible. Oxtail, call me rabo. They are the best. You know who loves that? Caribbeans, Jamaicans love oxtails with the Scotch bonnet. Oh. If everybody sat down and eat, there would be world peace. If everybody sat down, swear to God. I swear to God. I had a friend of mine who was he was from Afghanistan. and his mother made rice. And there's a particular type of rice. I don't know where they do it. Is it Iran? But they kind of like it's crunchy on the bottom, and all the women know how you take it and you invert it. All the women have to know how to make this before they, because when it comes to rice, our culture is woefully pathetic. When it comes to rice, it's horrible because we have white rice and that's it. Maybe yellow rice if we're feeling crazy. But the levels of rice from basmati to jasmine to, oh my God. And people who do not, if we all had a bong, we'd all get along. I like that. And if this may sound stupid, do people still get the munchies? Do people still get the munchies? I've read about this. Did you hear about this one? Mokluba, whatever it's called, it is unbelievable. Breaking bread. Look at this. Southeast Asia knows rice. This is so, hell yeah, I do. Look at this. This is great. Oh, now, Carolina barbecue. Now, for those folks who don't know this, Texas barbecue is beef. Carolinas are pork. Pulled pork, smashed up like that, that's baby food. Don't want to do that. The sauces are interesting. There is in either, I think South Carolina, during the Civil War, they couldn't get tomatoes, so they had a vinegar-based sauce. Arthur Bryant in Kansas City has a white sauce made from mayonnaise. Did you know about that? That's a little funky to me. But the styles of barbecue, depending upon where you are, another world. Texas is one thing, very beef, but for pork ribs, the South and Florida had it all. Absolutely. Believe me, there was nothing in the smell. You want that stuff to be in your hair, in your clothes, the smell of fire. And of course, it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but you don't need it for your health. It is the most incredible thing. It is, to me, proof there is a God. And the best part is they threw this stuff. They gave it to slaves because they thought it was crap. Just like we gave lobsters. We thought lobster was a bug, which it is, which is basically just a swamp, it's a what are they calling them? It's like a bug. It's just a big bug. And now look at what's happening. In any event, my friends, that's it. An hour and 13 minutes. Now you've got me hungry. I don't even know why. I've already eaten and I'm hungry again. But let me tell you something. Did you have fun tonight? Yes. Did you enjoy this? Yes. Did it take you away for a little bit? Yes. Did you just kind of forget a little bit about what's going on in the world? Yes. Do you feel better now? Yes. That's the power of this. And I want to thank you for that. Do me a favor. Follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. Hit that like button for yours truly. Also very important, subscribe to the channel if you've not so far, which is very, very critical. And also hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And that's it. I had more fun. I had more fun than a tick on a horse's dick. That's right, buddy. Yeah, buddy. All right, my friends. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, until then, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Ta-ta.